All right, good evening, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon. Red Lion ESV. Welcome to the Lion Share Podcast. Thought I'll do a quick joint. No shots fired, of course, man, but the Lord's value system is what I'm gonna touch on today. No disrespect to Kendra D and all that. That's why I say no shots fired. I don't know Shorty personally. I don't know the politics or whatever the case may be with some of the falling out or falling in or whatever direction she's going on. But let me jump right in, man. Um, I don't even remember the gentleman's name. It's been all over YouTube, whatever the case. I'm doing this on the fly, but the dude that deleted himself and his ex and his other baby mother and all that good stuff. I don't know the dude name. But how that ties into, the quote unquote Lord's value system as I see it is I'm talking about just black men. Like the hell with a book, the hell with, you know, not necessarily, religion per se, but at the end of the day, the way this country treats, black men in particular, like it's impossible. Well, I won't say impossible. It's hard to navigate out here. You know what I'm saying? It's difficult to navigate out here. You don't get no help. You ain't getting no handouts. Everybody gonna tell you to, soldier your way through it. But, truth be told, everybody's not cut like that. That's not an excuse, but everybody's not cut like that. And the way homie went out, that's essentially, without double talking, that's essentially the way a lot of people give it up everywhere else. I said this before in the comments section, like, yo, you do realize if any other group of men, anywhere else is going through this, they'd have flipped the table over already. Like point blank period. That don't make it right. That don't mean I condone it. But they like, oh word, I can't get a fair one. Oh, I bet. You gonna bet. I'm gonna use the one card I do have. I may not have the money. I may not have, the quote unquote education, which this gentleman in particular did. He had both the money and the education, and it still didn't play in his favor. But elsewhere, I don't care if I sell oranges on the side of the highway. You gonna respect me. And I know we always talk about, high value men and you got to get to the bag and, you have to have social proof and all that. Shout out Steph is Cold because I was watching one of his videos and, I did leave a comment and I was like, yeah, I 100% agree with you, homie, but too many mind games for me. That's the way I really be feeling and that's the way, a lot of other men conduct themselves. They're like, yo, I'm not jumping through hoops for nobody. You gonna respect me. Point blank period. You gonna respect me or you gonna feel me. And that's not necessarily just a street thing. Because obviously 3 people lost their lives. And that's no laughing matter. That's nothing to play with. But in the same token, what do you expect a man to do? You know what I mean? Court stacked on you, job stacked on you. If you come from, a similar background to him, like you may not have the best social circle. Therapy may or may not be working, which I believe all black people need to sit on somebody's couch. I'm just not sure whose couch or who's going to be doing, the transcribing as you're talking. But you got to sit down and chop it up with people, possibly family. Maybe you have to dead your family. You may be the black sheep like me. Like, you know what? The family thing, I love it. I love, the way the word sounds. Pause no freaky, the way it rolls off of the tongue. Family is everything, family over everything. But they may not be backing you either. But in, this gentleman's case, like he had it up the head, so to speak. Obviously you can't see me visually, but he'd have had it up the head. Like, okay, cool. Today's the day. And if you read some of the details, the second woman in the equation, she's like, oh, I'm gonna do what, such and such is doing to you. And that may have been the final, the thing that broke the camel's back. Like, oh, word, you too? I'm going through with this one. Probably told you about it. And now you about to get on some bullshit too? Okay, bet. Say less. Say less. I'm flipping the table. What do you bring to the table? I'm flipping the table over. Nobody eats. And I'm not predicting it, but with this COVID thing, you got people locked down. You got money acting funny. You know, the stimulus money is little by little, you know, working its way out of the economy. People have gotten a taste of, you know, time freedom, being able to just sit in the crib, twiddle their thumbs all day and get paid to do it. You know what I mean? Whole culture all over the place. I mean, it is what it is. Hoes are part of the ecosystem. You know, shout out the Grinch. You know what I mean? They always gonna be here. But the fact that that's being pushed, like, yo, that's the thing to be. And, you know, being a man in the middle, so to speak, is not the place to be, i.e., you know, just a decent human being, not a sucker, not a simpleton, but just, you know, you just got a few dollars. Maybe you got a decent knuckle game. You done took a karate class or something. You know what I mean? And you just a well-rounded, just okay guy. Like, you just not, you know, you ain't got the soul of Rick James, you know what I mean? Oh, put the baby in the microwave, keep him warm. You know what I'm saying? You ain't on that type of time. You not, you know, stepping on puppies and beating on old ladies. Like, you just chilling. That's the man in the middle, and that is, you know, ultimately not enough for a lot of people. So you're going to be screwed. And I'm not trying to, you know, put that on nobody, but you're very likely to be screwed if you're the man in the middle. You know what I mean? And then you have what's promoted, and it's like, okay, well, bet. I don't got no face tats, and I don't fit the description. I may not be that tall or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? You just going to be screwed out here. And with all that bread, you know, coming out of the economy and people, you know, being on that type of time, it's going to get nasty out here. And with, you know, the games people are playing, what, you know, people soaking up some game in this space and learning and everything else, you know what I mean? It's going to come to a head. Now, I don't think it's going to be like Honduras, you know what I'm saying? Where they, you know what I mean? Oh, femicide. You know what I mean? I don't know about all that. But, you know, dudes is definitely starting to wake up, and you're going to probably see a lot more people taking things into their own hands. Like, yo, they're tired. People are tired. So, you know, once again, man, I'm going to wrap this up, man. RIP to, you know, all those affected, whatever. But this is what happens, you know, all across the board with all men who feel like they have no recourse. They have no outlets. They feel like, you know what I mean? They don't have no power in their situation. Now, you can argue, you know, I've seen a couple videos, oh, nah, yo, you got to go to the courts. Yo, nah, I would have did this. You know, you got to check these women. Like, check them how, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you just got to give them that look. Like, nigga, if they don't respect you, if they have this, they already have low-level contempt for regular people. And you're talking about taking possibly working class men, because all men are not in the street. All black men are not in the street. We're not all in the projects, whatever. What is their recourse? You know what I mean? Like, word the mother, if I go to, let's say, I don't know, somewhere in the continent, pick a country in Africa that's not necessarily, you know, matriarchal, matrilineal, whatever, right? Let's say I'm in North Africa, and I be like, you know, bitch, you ain't taking my kids. The society and the culture, as crazy as it is more likely to lean my way. And I think that's the spooky stuff about SYSBM and travel. It's not even so much that it's guaranteed you're going to win. It's an opportunity to see, like, yo, I can just be a regular individual and have some semblance of say-so, some semblance of power. And we're not even talking about American money. We're going somewhere else who will literally put you in a middle class of another country. That doesn't mean they're going to deal with you. That's a completely different video where we're talking about, you know, the culture and essentially being assimilated into someone else's culture. You know, you still be considered an outsider. That is a completely different video. I swear I'm going to get around to it. But being in that culture, the society is like, yeah, nah, that's not what we do. But my babies, you heard what the man said. And even if you're not a tyrant, because let's be real, most men are not going to be tyrants. A lot of dudes are squishy, you know what I mean? But ultimately, you're going to have that say-so. That is when you can have your real power, really put your foot down, etc. Now, can you put your foot down in this country? Yeah, but everything is stacked in her favor. That doesn't mean you don't fight. That doesn't mean you don't plan accordingly, you know, take your daily dose of red pill, whatever the case may be. But that does not change the circumstances. Henceforth, what happened to old boy, everything comes full circle. That man finally felt like, damn, yo, I can't do this. You know my mental space. You know what I mean? You know what type of time I'm on. You know what type of money I make. You know my level of education. You're trying to ruin my reputation. This is it. Today's the day. So, you know what I mean? I'm going to wrap this up, man. Just wanted to do a quick joint. I know it's circulating around the space. You know, once again, RIP all 3 people that's involved. But, you know, gentlemen, definitely keep your head on the swivel. You know what I mean? To the ladies out there, I check my engagement. Ain't a whole bunch of ladies following me. But, like, yo, to the ladies out there who are listening, now is not the time to be playing with people's emotions, man. People are fed up. They done had it up their head. Now is not the time to be playing mind games, even with just regular people. Everybody is not playing. So with that said, Red Lion ESV, the Lion Share Podcast. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to do a few more pieces, man. I'm going to holler at y'all. Y'all be safe. Peace.